Hello and welcome everybody. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. Thanks for joining me for the Sensational Scorpio June horoscope. It's a quite a month this month, thankfully, after everything that we've been through in May, and that was really mega. Especially if you're in Australia. It's the 22nd today of May, and we've just had our election, and as predicted, Anthony Albanese is our new Prime Minister. The Greens and the Independents have had historic gains, okay? So go back and look through my videos if you haven't been following me, but if you have, you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, so it's a much quieter month. We still have Mercury retrograde at the beginning of the month until the 4th if you're in Australia and New Zealand and the Pacific Islands there, or the 3rd if you're in most other countries. And so this basically means that up until this date, plus probably 5 to 7 days afterwards, there's a thing called a shadow period. It means that the energy of Mercury retrograde is still there, so it can actually affect all sorts of things in your life, including misunderstandings and miscommunications, things to do with travel, and your devices. Technology can be very much affected. And also, Mercury is the trickster, so do be careful of scams. It could be an increase in email scams or phone calls, so just watch for that as well. We also have Saturn in Aquarius going retrograde, and that's until the 22nd of October. It's in your 4th house of home and family. So Saturn in Aquarius means you might need to look at some sort of boundary or restriction in your home environment. Maybe because it's retrograde, it goes a bit quieter, or you have to find a new way at looking at a situation at home. The other thing is that we have Neptune in Pisces until from the 27th of June till the 3rd of December, and it's in your 5th house of creativity, romance, and the world of the child. And so Neptune in Pisces brings a very spiritual vibe, but also, again, it goes retro, so, you know, it's not full on. So there could be some sort of writer's block, or, you know, creativity block, or perhaps if you are looking for a romance, there's delays around it, sorry to say. Okay, so just to briefly explain, I like to draw 2 tarot cards as theme cards for the month for you, and I'll have a look at your horoscope. If you're new, subscribe and be alive and hit that notification bell right now. Okay, thanks. Let's go to the board and have a look at these cards, what these cards have to say. Alrighty, so going to draw 2 cards. The first one's for the first half of the month, and we'll see what comes out for you, Sensational Scorp. Okay, I'm on a sort of a path here, and it winds around to one direction, then it winds around to another direction. It's almost like being a little bit uncertain of what your life direction is, which way you're supposed to go. And even though you might go off to the left and then it sort of turns and goes back to the right, you're actually on the path you're supposed to be on. So it's supposed to go through all of this. Actually, it's I actually quite like it because it's a bit interesting. So even though things aren't necessarily what you thought they were going to be, it's a bit interesting. There's a beautiful forest here in front of me as well. This could rejuvenate you in some way or improve your health. Oh, and I just noticed here now, I usually close my eyes and I just open my eyes and saw you've got Mars here in your 6th house, which gives you a lot of energy, and you've also got Chiron, and Mars is going to catch up to Chiron soon, and they'll be conjunct, and so this could bring some sort of extra energy to the plate. And there's some sort of healing that goes on with your energy levels, okay? Or maybe your health or your well-being is improved in some way. So that sort of explains the rejuvenation I just saw. Okay, so let's see what card we get. That one there. And it's the Knight of Wands. It is about travel. It is about exploring. It mightn't happen as fast as you would like because here he is on a tortoise. And, you've got those retrograde planets as I talked about a moment ago. But there is an energy for looking out, for broadening your life. You've got a fair bit happening here in the 9th house, which is also known as the house of the higher mind. So you could do this through travel or study or perhaps even spirituality and philosophy and things like that. A lot of reading, perhaps broadening your mind. But yeah, I get the strongest out of that. I get the travel vibe quite strongly. Coming up, time to take action. You're feeling more inspired. There's a lot of little green leaves here, little green shoots, which suggests that there's opportunity and growth. Okay, so Knight of Wands. Sometimes this is like a young man in his early 20s as well. If you have a son, it might be your son that's going overseas, perhaps. Let me know in the comments. All right, let's have a look now at the second card for the second half of the month. And we'll see what comes up. Let's go with that one. The Hangman, delays. Okay, well, that fits perfectly with Mercury retrograde and the other retrograding planets. That's what retrograding planets do. They slow everything down. So this is all about patience. It won't happen overnight, but it will happen. And, perhaps you want things to happen quickly, but things are going to line up. You see more green leaves here, more growth and opportunity. It's coming, all right? Okay, let's make this a bit bigger so you can see. I'm going to move that up like that. And move these here. Alrighty. Sort of a bit crooked there, but you get the gist. Alrighty, so I'm going to have a look at your horoscope now. From the 7th of June to the 10th of June, your co-ruler Mars sextiles the Sun, giving you a lot of energy, and you can accomplish a great deal fairly easily, or more easily than usual. It's time to take the initiative and strike out on your own. You're likely to be quite successful at any new things that you plan to do. And you're likely to feel more confident, and physically things seem to be going better in your body, so that gives you additional confidence as well. You could be offered some sort of leadership role or an opportunity to do something that you wanted to do on your own, and but some other people might facilitate this or help you with this in some way. The 8th to the 12th of June sees Mercury trining Pluto. This brings great depth to your conversations. It's almost like you don't want to listen to superficialities or talk about the weather. You want to get right to the core of the matter. Sometimes people will come up to you and start telling you very private things about themselves. That's fine. You could hear some secrets. It's really important not to divulge what you know if you can help it. It's also a great time to investigate a complex problem or a mystery. It's a great time to find something that's been lost or hidden for a long time. And you're just basically going to find out more about your own inner depths, the strength of your feelings deep down underneath. The 14th of June sees a supermoon in Sagittarius here in your second house. This will shake things up to do with your possessions, your personal belongings, your money, and you might find that with this something breaks or something, you have to buy something new, like an unexpected expense. I'm just seeing a car here, something to do with a car and an unexpected expense. Or because you've got Saturn here in your 4th house too, I'm thinking it could be something to do with the home that you have to buy unexpectedly. Like last week we had the washing machine, the carpet shampooer, and the pressure water blaster thing that we have, and the whole 3 broke down in the 1 week. But I don't think it'll be like that for you. I think it's probably only one thing. Then from the 11th of June to the 4th of July, Mercury moves into your 8th house. So it's here in the 7th, it goes into the 8th house of shared resources and intimacy, and it's already direct now at the 11th. So this is more to do with communications and negotiations to do with joint finances and investments or real estate, or anything that you own in common with another person, or maybe the bank, like a loan, for example. It's a great time to get your business affairs in order. There could be some sort of discussions about death, like getting your will done or an inheritance, that type of thing. The 8th of June to the 25th of June sees Jupiter conjunct Mars, giving you much more physical energy. It's like you've been physically rejuvenated, you lucky thing. You feel more enthusiastic, again, more confidence and self-esteem. You've got a very positive can-do attitude. And because you feel so much better, you might take on some projects. Just be careful you don't overdo it, because sometimes we do stuff and then we don't realise how hard we're working. I know if I go outside, I've got a big pile of tiles like bricks, and I keep thinking I'm going to move those one day. I'll probably just get up and do it and then have a sore back or something afterwards. So take it easy, don't overdo it. This also, when you start doing stuff around the house or, where you live, it'll also boost your self-confidence. Just watch for a bit of impatience, because you do have this, and this is probably going to make you feel impatient. Things don't need to happen immediately. Just take a deep breath and go slowly. 19th of June to the 22nd of June, the Sun trines your ascendant. This is fabulous. Means you're in harmony with a lot of people around you. Life seems easier. You're going with the flow rather than fighting or resisting. And there's more energy and more fun in your life. It's a great time to make a presentation, go to an interview, or meet the public in some way, even if it's only on social media. 19th of June to the 22nd of July, the Sun moves into your 9th house here. This is fabulous, as I was talking about before, the house of the higher mind. It's time to look at the big picture. Expand your horizons, let your thoughts flow, let them run free. You need a larger perspective on your life. Broader vistas are calling you, could be through traveling, studying, reading, and also often there's some sort of connection with a foreign culture. You could meet new people from other countries, and this will give you insight and awareness. Or a teacher or a mentor might be particularly important to you now. If you need a psychic reading, come to absolutesoulsecrets.com. Our psychics are very good at mentoring people. 21st of June to the 17th of July, Venus in the 8th house here. And this helps you put your financial affairs and your business affairs into order, especially to do with anything else that you share with somebody else. So joint resources, I was talking about before, real estate, loans, inheritances, that sort of thing. But it's also about intimacy, and Venus here is fabulous. It will really deepen any pre-existing relationship, basically. If you're involved with somebody in a relationship already, it could go even deeper to the next level. Okay, you or the other person wants a deeper union. 28th of June sees a new moon in Cancer in your 9th house here, again broadening your horizons. It's great to go on a mini vacation if you can. Try and get away for the weekend. You might find you've got more to do with people from other countries, or they're somehow wildly different to you, and that actually helps you grow as a person. Get an overview of your daily life and decide, what you want to change, because now is the time for transforming yourself, basically. The 26th of May through to the 31st of July. I have talked about this previously, but because it goes for a month, 5 weeks, basically 5 weeks, Neptune sextiles Mercury is fabulous for your relationships because you're more sympathetic and understanding, like you really get it when people tell you stuff. You really understand what they're talking about and you've got more empathy. You could be willing to give people the benefit of the doubt more so than usual, and you've got more tolerance level, and probably because you feel better physically, you know, even when somebody's carrying on like a twit, you're likely to be more tolerant towards them, you know. So it really oils the, you know, wheels of success to do with relationships. And it's an excellent time to talk to people, and especially about things that you wouldn't normally talk about, things that are under the carpet or under the rug. It's like you can pull them out and air them. And there could be some sort of healing. This is not specifically about healing, Neptune, but it's very spiritual. And I did talk to you before about Chiron. And where is it? I can't see. I mentioned Chiron before, and that is a healing force. Anyway, it's also a great time for creative writing or some sort of creativity and speaking and getting your word out into the world. And it's great for any sort of artistic activity or music, and spiritual, psychic, religious topics probably more attractive to you now. And you just get more clear, I guess, more clear about your own belief systems. Alrighty, Scorpio, so that's your horoscope. You'll see here most of the activities on this western side of the chart, so this is called a royal chart, and it basically means that there's some sort of interdependence, not codependence, but some sort of interdependence with other people. We've talked about Mercury retrograde, your co-rulers. Pluto here in the third continues. It only travels about 1 degree per year, so in about another 2 years it's going to go into your 4th house. But this is like the phoenix rising from the ashes. Something could have passed away or died or stopped, and then it's reborn again. And right here in your 3rd house, this could be to do with communications or studying something that you used to like or that you've been interested in for a while, and you might actually do something about it fairly soon if you haven't already started. Mars is your other co-ruler here in the 6th as well, giving you all this energy. And I talked about the supermoon in Sagittarius. So that's it. You're going to have a very interesting month this month, Scorps. So have a good one, and if you are new, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit that notification bell right now. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful month, everybody, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.